everyone, welcome back or welcome here. I am just Shawnee and today we're going to be watching TikTok scary stories. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and ring that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's just go in.
Deep Creek Campground in North Carolina is extremely haunted by a ghost that is from North Carolina and was a travel writer and fisherman while he was alive. The weekend of October 4th, 2021, I was camping with my then boyfriend, now ex, because it was our anniversary and we were trying to have both an outdoorsy kind of anniversary, we both hiked a ton, and then obviously trying to be COVID safe. After dinner, it really started to rain. Thankfully, we already had the tent up, and so we climb in, and around 2:30 in the morning, my boyfriend at the time said that I sat straight up. I have no memory of this, but probably like 30 minutes later, I do remember having to get up and go to the bathroom. I hike and camp a lot, so I'm not afraid to go by myself, but it was raining, I was a little nervous, and so I just grabbed our lantern and was like, all right, I'm gonna make this quick. I do my business, get back in the tent, and I cannot fall asleep. At this point, it's raining so hard that it distinctly sounds like footsteps in the gravel around our tent. After a couple minutes of this, I was like, yeah, no, I absolutely hear gravel footsteps. But again, it's pouring raining, so like, who is walking around our tent? I kind of told myself like, oh, you're just freaked out because you had to go walk out into the woods by yourself to go pee. But I truly felt like I was being watched. And I'm a little sensitive to things, so that tracks. So in order to go back to sleep, I had to picture in my mind, and I've done this since I was a little kid, a white light surrounding us and then the tent and kind of being a protection. In the morning, we roll over, we look at each other, and we both had the same thought that we then say out loud, that there was something walking around outside of our tent. Mind you, I had not told him that I had to envision a white protective light around our tent in order to fall back asleep. He doesn't believe in the paranormal at all, so the next part kind of sounds even more crazy, but I was just trying to tell him what I was visualizing in my mind when I couldn't go back to sleep. In my mind, I saw like literally almost a cartoony level old man dressed in waders and a plaid shirt, and kind of looked like the grandpa from Courage the Cowardly Dog, except like his face was skeletal. Like he looked like he had been dug up and was walking around the campground in his fishing waders and like old-timey plaid shirt. At this point, I'm tired because obviously I didn't get a good night's sleep. So we pack up the tent, we stop just outside of town to get coffee. This is in the Smoky Mountains, which are absolutely gorgeous, especially in the fall. And I finally get Wi-Fi on my phone and I look up Deep Creek Campground, North Carolina, haunted. And the first thing that pops up is a man named Horace Kephart. And I'll put a picture of him up, and it is exactly what I saw in my mind, but just decayed. It's a really beautiful campground. I will be happy to go back. Again, I'm a big hiker, big camper, but the Smoky Mountains are almost as haunted as the rest of Appalachia.
When she said Deep Creek, it was like, have I been there before? Because we've done camping, but I haven't been there. I have not been there and will not be going. She's like, oh, but it's beautiful though. Despite it's haunted, it's beautiful. You probably don't want to spend the night there, but in the daytime, oh honey. Because what we not going to do is go somewhere in North Carolina by the Appalachian Mountains, by the forest, in a forest, and not do research before I go. That's what we not going to do. Because she late. She backwards. She did her research after this stuff happened to her. No, stop it. My question is, why didn't we check outside this tent? Because we ain't gonna hike it without protection. You in the middle of a freaking forest woods with this thin flimsy tent between you and whatever's outside. Like that right there is why I don't want to go camping ever again. I used to go camping all the time growing up when I was a young lad. All the time. I went glamping once and that was lit. I was just thinking about that the other day because I had a bad experience. It was not a bad experience, but it was a very embarrassing experience. But yeah, no, that's what we're not going to do is go somewhere around doing research. Staying the night in the forest and the woods without protection, not looking and seeing what you hear. You know you hear this. Stop. Nope.
Hi, I'm back again with no makeup on because I can only seem to find time to film these on a weekend or whenever I'm on a road trip. So thank you. This is so nice. I really didn't think that people would enjoy these this much, but yeah, I have a decent amount of ghost stories. Okay, so I'm just gonna get to it. So it was December 25th, 2012. It was Christmas Day, and my parents and I were traveling with our two cats, my dog Teddy and my beta fish Ryan Gosling, to Michigan for family Christmas. And to get there we have to go through Chicago, and we had to pass the Fullerton exit. So if you're not familiar with Chicago, it's a big exit in Chicago that takes you off into like the Lakeview neighborhood, but it also is kind of where the express lanes split, and it has a pretty decent curve. We checked the forecast before we left, because obviously in a 5.5 hour drive, you aren't going to want to drive through a snowstorm in December. So we checked it, completely clear. My dad's driving, and we get to around the Fullerton exit a little bit before, and this lake effect snowstorm kind of hits, and it started hitting hard, and everything kind of just froze on the road. Like it was just snow everywhere, ice everywhere, and my dad was going about 40 when the accident happened. I remember looking at the speedometer, and it was about 41. Too fast for a snowstorm, sure, but he wasn't driving recklessly. And before I knew it, so my dad's driving, my mom's in the passenger seat, I'm in the back seat, like I'm in the driver's seat right now. I'm in the behind the driver, and I feel our wheels slip, and we are in the far left lane, and I feel it start sliding really fast, skidding across all 4 lanes of traffic to the far right lane. We hit the barricade, bounce off, spin all the way back, and I am freaking out because I can just see us going full speed, and we're going right in the direction of the left lane light pole, and I know immediately that the car is going to wrap around me, and I thought I was going to die. For sure thought I was going to die. I was like, I'm going to die on Christmas, and the car is going to catch on fire, and I'm not going to be able to get out. So then, sure enough, car wraps around the light pole, it wraps around me, and I feel everything hit. I mean, it was just like getting hit by a bus. Everything hurt. And I see my mom get a lot of, like, the console really hit my mom in the ribs and the kidney area and the hip, and she just let out this scream. I saw my dad's head shatter, the glass on the driver's side, and my window just broke. I don't know if my head broke it, or if it was just the force. I don't know, but I was in pain everywhere. And it's also very important to note that there were no cars on the road when this happened. There were none. I mean, it's weird for Chicago for there not to be cars on the road. Yes, it was Christmas Day, but it's still very weird that there were no cars on the road. So getting to the interesting part. My parents did not immediately call 911. We were all like, are the animals okay? Are we okay? My dad has a flashlight, again, military guy, shining the light in my mom's eyes. He couldn't get to me. He couldn't get out of the car. I couldn't get out of the car because our car went into a C around the light pole, and I was in the middle of the C. So I was like, I can't get out. My mom could, but she was in so much pain she couldn't. So we didn't know the extent of our injuries, and by this point, no one had called 911. And all of a sudden, we see this, like, Jeep just pull up and park right in front of us. Came out of nowhere, by the way. And this Hispanic gentleman, he's probably like 5'11", gets out of the car. He's super tan. He looks very friendly, and he's wearing like what I could best describe as like a Gulf War era cami get up. And it was like an army cami situation. And he starts walking towards the car, and he sees my mom's, like, basically all of the windows were broken, and he was like, hi, my name is, and I cannot remember his name, but it started with a J, and he had the nicest face, the nicest eyes. He immediately just started. He was like, my name is Poop. I want to help you guys. I called 911. They're on their way. I'm going to stay with you guys. And started asking my mom specific questions, asking my dad specific questions, and he came over to me and, like, hopped the barricade so that he could see inside the car from where it was wrapped around. the light post, and he was really calming to me. I think it's very important to note here that I have post-traumatic stress disorder, and I've had it since I was 15. So at this stage in my life, it was a really, really, really big thing that somebody was able to like be very kind and empathic and understanding of my PTSD in the way that my mom is and always was, because I didn't know how to handle it yet, and now I do. But then I didn't know what was happening to me. So I was really, really scared. I was like, I felt very weird. Everything hurt. I was freaking out, and he was able to calm me down. He was asking me, you know, where did I grow up? What's my best friend's name? All these specific questions just to calm me down, and shine the flashlights in my eyes. And yeah, he was like, I'm gonna wait with you guys. I called 911. He kept repeating that. And then he was like, I am also gonna meet you guys at the hospital. And we were like, okay, great. And I look behind me and I see ambulance lights pulling up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the ambulances that he called are on their way. And I look back and he's gone. And my mom was like, where did he go? And I was like, I don't know, maybe he drove away, but we didn't see him drive away. So the EMTs pull up, and the ambulances, the fire truck, the police, the wrecker, because our car was done, they pull up and ask. I immediately am like, oh, did you see the man, the man that called you guys? He was just here. Did you see where he went? He's meeting us at the hospital. And they said there was nobody here, and there were no cars leaving the highway when we got here. Okay. And I was like, no, but like, he was right here. He was right here as you guys pulled up. And they were like, no, and also nobody called us. There was no call made to the emergency medical services, and nobody called 911. We saw your crash from the other side, further down the highway. And that was really weird. And so I wasn't buying this. So anyway, they somehow managed to pry my side out, help me. My dad had to, I think, climb through the window, and they had to take my door off, and I got out. And they took us to the hospital. And in my file still, it says, because I was reading it the other day and it made me think of the story. I was like repeatedly asking the lady in the ambulance. I was like, there was nobody that called. He was right there with us. Like, he was right there with us. He was staying with me. He told me his name. He told me that he was in the military, because that was something that he told me. It was that he was in the military. And they were like, there was nobody there. Nobody called us. We just happened to see you. You guys got really lucky. And they said that we were really lucky to be alive, because not many people would survive a crash like this. And I was like, okay. The doctor said that nobody called them. So yeah, basically, follow up, we all ended up being fine. My mom has some kidney issues. I broke a bunch of ribs, cracked a bunch of ribs, had some sort of head injury. It wasn't a concussion, but it was a head injury. My dad had like literally nothing wrong with him except for like a sliced open forehead. But yeah, we don't know where this guy came from, what happened to him. I don't know if he was a person. I don't know if he was a ghost of somebody that had passed away. I don't know if he was like an active duty, like military civilian that was helping us, or if he was an angel, because I'm a person of faith, and I don't know. But yeah, I can't explain it, and I'd like to believe that maybe it was an angel. I guess this is really common with people in car accident situations to see stuff like this, but I would like to say I was not hallucinating. I was not in shock. I was fine. This man was there, and yeah, that's.
We have heard stories, well, at least I have heard stories of when people have like car accidents, and there's an angel that basically talks them through the whole thing, keeps them calm, lets them know it's okay. So I love that. Love the story. I think it was an angel. I honestly do. Somebody was saying that if you saw an angel in real life, like if you saw an angel in their real form, you'd be scared. And I was just like, an angel? I don't think so. I don't think, I don't think they would be scary. I don't think they will be that. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen an angel. I don't think my grandmama, my great grandmama, angel. My grandma's an angel here now, present day, alive. So yeah, I've met a lot of angels in my life, but I haven't met like, people who were just like, like will be classified as an angel, like, you know, came from heaven and was just like, yeah, I've been in heaven this whole time. I'm just here visiting to be a guardian angel, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that was that. The ice going 41. Yeah, that's way too fast. Being a person who have driven on ice and almost spent out, that is way too fast. I'm glad everyone was safe. I'm glad that guardian angel was there. I wonder if her dad, well, I guess her dad had to see the guardian angel, but the fact that everyone saw the guardian angel lets you know that, hey, yeah, you saw it. It was real. Gratefully, thankfully, thanks to God, the M's thanks to God, the ambulance came and saw y'all, because that would have been bad, because y'all would have been stuck there in the cold, no heat, you know what I'm saying, exposed. Oh, that could have been bad. Thank God.
So I have a story time, and this one scared the shit out of me. So this is a few years ago. Me and my friend, we used to have these parties at our house, like wild parties. It was so much fun. Oh, I love those times. Anyway, so it was a time we were playing King's Cup. King's Cup is a drinking game. I don't know if y'all know what King's Cup is, but basically every number or whatever you pick, it tells you something to do. So number 4 was chore. Just keep that in mind. So it's my ex-girlfriend. It's my friend sitting on the other side of my ex-girlfriend. So my ex-girlfriend and my friend, of course, they know about, you know, things that I've seen, and we've seen things together, things like that. So we're playing King's Cup, like I said. My ex-girlfriend, she had chose a car, and the car was 4. Now, before, or the beginning of the party, she had put a pie in the oven for dessert. Maybe we had dinner, I can't remember. But she had put a pie in the oven for dessert. And I remember that when she put the pie in the oven, I kept telling her to check on the pie periodically, like, so it won't burn, because we're getting drunk and stuff like that. So she was too lazy. So when she picked 4, she had asked me to go check on the pie. So it's either you do it or you drink. So I think at this point I was probably already tipsy. So I'm like, I don't want to drink anymore. I'm always at my limit, you guys. So I'm like, I don't want to drink anymore. Let me just go check on the pie. So I go to get up. Yeah, I go to get up, and then I just slowly go back down, because like I said, we're having a party, so everyone around us is talking. So I'm not thinking no one just noticed that I just went back down. All right. So when I went back down, my ex-girlfriend, my friend looks at me and say, what you see? So I tell them when the party is over, you guys, I saw one of the young ladies that was here with us, and she was following the man that wears the hat with the suit and the tie. I saw his shirt, everything, and he looked directly at me and just walked into the kitchen. Remind you, it's only one way in the kitchen. So we never saw him walk out. Oh, we never saw her walk out. She stayed right there like she never moved. And to this day, it's just like, why was he looking at me? I don't know. It really scared me then, and it still scares me now when I tell this story. And yeah. But yeah, I do have more stories if you want to hear it. From when I was a little girl to actually now. So let me know.
But the most important question, how was the pie? The pie okay? Y'all burn the pie? The pie all right? Did anybody go check on the pie? Girl, I would have went up in there with a weapon to check that pie. Because as you go, you don't touch my pie. Don't touch my food, homie. Don't touch my food. That's scary. That is scary. The girl, what? You see, what? Okay. Let me get the story right. She said she saw the girl that she was playing with walk behind this person, but she was still there. Maybe I heard the story wrong. Like, cause she was like, they went into there and they went in there, but nobody ever came back out. Is that what she said? Cause if that's the case, I'm like, ooh, because it's like, either way, if the girl was following and it was real life, the girl was following them, it's like, why you ain't come back out? What was you doing? Y'all didn't call for her? Nope. Y'all didn't even call for her name. Y'all didn't even go check for her. Y'all was like, she got and left the pie in there. Get you some good friends that got your back, bro. Because black people, we gotta do better. We can't be scared and leaving our friends. I understand we the first. We were in the movies. We the first, but we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Subscribe.